We're live. What are you saying?
Inside. I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, man. It's been a good day. It's not the Sabbath, but Jesus is here, innit?
Jesus is risen.
Jesus
Jesus
has
is here
risen, bro.
still. Jesus is here still.
Bro, it's been a long wait. Although, like, we knew this was coming. Like, this day was
Yeah.
coming for what? Since the end of the season, or so. Like,
Yeah, pretty much. Rumors started then. And funnily enough, everyone was really anxious. I think everyone was expecting it to be last Friday. And when it didn't drop, everyone was like, oh, is it even going to happen now? But you knew it was. But yeah, anxiety, Arsenal fans, you know what I mean? Everyone's a bit touchy around transfers.
It's because we're Arsenal fans.
Like, no, 100%.
We don't bust big business like this.
No, exactly.
When something like this is happening, it's like, oh my God, is it gonna happen? Isn't it? Sort of thing. So listen, we've needed this signing since January.
Oh yeah,
what was it? January this past year, though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we suffered. We suffered well without a striker, and I'm happy we've got a new 9 on the back of another gentleman, and he has risen. He's come to save our club. No, I'm not, and I won't be for the foreseeable future. Yeah,
Laka was good, man.
You know what Laka was? Laka was basically, we basically lost Giroud and got another Giroud.
I would argue Giroud. We probably should have kept Giroud.
No, 100%. 100%. I think because there's reports that Lacazette should have what's the word? Lacazette. Wenger didn't want Lacazette, but then he kept coming up. So eventually he just went for him. And then, because how do you buy Lacazette? And then the next window, was it 2 windows? You buy Aubameyang. Yeah, that's not Wenger style.
The next window. He bought Lacazette in the summer. Window. In January, he bought.
And then he bought January. And this guy doesn't go to the market in January as well. So it would have been better if we had just waited out, stuck with Giroud for a bit longer, got Aubameyang. We'd be in a much better position than this. But, it is what it is.
Boy, but we're here, Gabriel, Jesus. Now, I remember at first when it was like coming close to signing him, you weren't on it. Maybe you weren't on it, not to do with him, but more of the contract and everything else that I was gonna entail.
Yeah. It's more than fair. It's more than fair. I've now become a believer. I'll be honest. I've become a believer. The Jesus puns are gonna be here all day. I've become a believer only because at first I saw a guy who is in the most potent attacking force you could arguably say in the world, and he's not put up. I know we're in a different era now. We're not getting 30 goal strikers. We're getting more 20, 25, unless you're like Salah or you get the outliers like Suarez and things like that. But this guy, most potent attack, and he's not banging more than, I don't think he scored more than 15 goals in a Prem season. Maybe it's probably around that 15, 17 mark, all comps. I was thinking we need a shooter. And for me, Jesus is more of like can play across the front three. I wasn't on all this, he can play on the left. We need a shooter. We don't need another Saka or Smith Rowe. We need a shooter.
We don't need a wide forward.
We don't need a wide forward. We need a wide forward, but we need a striker as well. So if Jesus was going to be the wide forward, calm. If we're going to get a shooter. But now people are saying he is the shooter. So I went to the stats.
He's the gunman.
He's the gunman. Went to the stats and I saw, if I can recall off head, 99 when he started, 99 appearances, 53 goals, and I think a handful of assists as well, or something like that. Very, very, very good outlay. Let me just see if I can even find it quickly. Because I was highly impressed. Highly impressed.
Like his stats from starting matches.
Okay, so I've got it here. 99 appearances, 53 goals, 23 assists, 152 minutes per goal when starting. That's
like 70 odd goal involvements from 96 goals, 90
games. And that is the sort of production we need. And now obviously he might drop off a little bit, but we're hoping with all the other players, the Saka, the Smith Rowe, the Martinellis, the Fabio Vieiras, we can create chances for this guy to take us to the mountaintop. Because this is what we need.
The climb to the mountaintop is going to need more than Jesus, but yeah, it's a start. Like at the end of the day, like you're saying, if you look at his goals and all of that kind of stuff, you might think, you might question, can he really do it, sort of thing. But we need to remember he came to Man City like as a 19, 20-year-old.
Yeah, it's true.
5 years, five and a half years. Yeah, 5.5 years later, this guy's won 4 Premier Leagues, fam.
The pedigree, you can't argue with the pedigree. He's a winner.
4 Premier Leagues, 3 Carling Cups or League Cups, an FA Cup. Like his trophy cabinet is lit right now.
It's stacked.
And he's now moved to become the main guy elsewhere, where over there he was playing second fiddle to Aguero at times. He was never really the first choice striker, even when he was the only recognized striker in the team. Then he was being played from wide positions. He hasn't really had a go through the middle, starting every game as a striker would like.
That's very true. That's very true. I
think with all the accolades he's acquired, with all the stats and everything, this is him. And he's made a very brave move. He could have stayed at Man City for another year, played out his contract, gone somewhere for 400k a week, as everyone's doing these days. He's come to actually be a guy. Let's be honest.
I mean, it speaks to his relationship with Arteta, because I was hearing there was interest from other clubs in the Prem and outside the Prem. It shows that obviously he's got a relationship with him, and he can see that the football we're playing, whether you like it or not, is something which attracts him, or at least Arteta's gassed him to believe that. So, if anything, at least it shows that he still wants to win. He wants to win as a main man. He wants to be the one putting in the winning goals and all that stuff. And I can only respect him for that, to be honest. Hard worker on and off the ball, can help with our press in front and everything like that. I'm excited. But do you not think that we've now gone away from this idea that we needed a big man, like a plan B? Because I don't see a plan B in the squad at the moment. It's just plan A.
And plan A better bang.
If not, you know what I mean? That's it.
I do still think we need another striker. But I guess when they were trying to go after Rafinha and these kind of players, it's for the option to possibly play them up front, which is all well and good, but it's still the same kind of player. As opposed to if all fails, throw on a target man sort of thing. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Which at the same time would argue, is this Arteta's philosophy? Does he want to be doing stuff like that? But I do think we need someone else. The question is who is going to come to Arsenal and effectively sit on the bench, possibly as a third choice behind Nketiah and Jesus. I don't know.
I don't think I can't see us getting another front man. Although, if anything, the competition in the front three positions is going to be wild this season, especially if we do end up getting another striker or another wide man, because reports are that Fabio Vieira can play. Is it wide left or right? I think he's played there for Porto as well, so he might be in the running for these positions. Although I see him, from what I've seen on the YouTube highlights, looks like more of an attacking 8, maybe a 10 at best. So I think we need, if we're saying Jesus is the shooter, we need another wide man, or we get another up top guy. But I can't see Jesus agreeing. Of course, there'll be some flexibility to be like, some games, if there's injuries, we're going to shift you to the left or to the right. But I think he's going to be the man down the middle, and we need to get another wide man, because I don't think we're long for Pepe in the club. Fortunately or unfortunately. So
it's kind of surprising to me, a bit off topic, but it's a bit surprising to me that Pepe never got a chance down the middle all of last season when we were crying out for a striker. Why wouldn't you just try him there?
You know what? I feel like Arteta's got such a long way to go with man management. And I kind of think he's one of those guys where it's like, it's my way or the highway. And at the same time, I kind of feel as well, he's the assistant manager and the staff around him are all quite young. So I'm sure no one's really telling him like, listen, big man, you know, I think you should try Pepe down the middle, because his finishing ability, I still think, even currently, he's probably the best finisher at the club. When you put him in a position to bang, that guy will 9 times out of 10, he puts it in the back of the net. I understand maybe body type, but I think once he gets the ball to feet, he's good most of the time. And I think his issue, from what we've even established here, is that when he's out wide, it's like he doesn't know what to do, or he doesn't beat a man. But if you put him in a central space where it's just shift out your feet, bang, I think you could have done so much more for us. But, you know, I'm not there at training. I don't see what he's doing. And, you know what I mean? Maybe the work rate or his hold-up play, or maybe Pepe doesn't want to play there. Who knows?
Well, that's what it sounds like. If anything, he's probably not working hard enough. In training. But yeah, what about any ideas of Gabriel Jesus playing out wide and Nketiah down the middle, just to kind of get them both into the team? Seeing as obviously Nketiah's just got this big contract this summer, we don't obviously know the terms of his deal. Like if we kind of put it into, you know, FM speak, are we talking about like a key player or just an important guy or a rotation option? We don't really know the terms of his contract. But 100K would say that you're going to be playing, mate.
Oh, definitely. I'm not against it. I think we need the firepower, you know, as much as we can talk about teams being maybe a better defensive outfit, although we conceded more goals than the season before with the has-beens of David Luiz and them, man. But you need attacking threat. And I watched the highlights from the game against, was it Ipswich that we played? And Nketiah looks like, you know, he's getting in the right pockets. That first finish was saucy still. So I think he's a player that benefits from playing more. So I don't think it'll be a bad move. I definitely think we're probably going to see it at some point. And even Nketiah, I think when he first started playing last season, he was coming off the bench to play off the left, and he wasn't half bad. So I think he can do it. I think it'll be very interesting to see. But at the same time, I think it's just a thing where you look at who you want to be on the field. And even me, I'm struggling with this now, is just getting my head away from this first 11 thing and just seeing like a squad of about 16 players who can rotate in, because, you know, before you know, we're going to kill Saka. We are going to kill this boy before he's even started if we don't get some rotation in there for him. That's
the way you have to think about it. Like, I feel like we can't be signing. I don't think we can sign someone, go out and intentionally sign like someone that's going to be a backup striker or a backup to Saka or whatever the case is. We just need to go out and sign able players, because if these guys break down, these men have to be able. You have to be at the ability to play. Like, too many times we saw in the last couple of years, someone gets injured in the back line. Pablo Mari comes in or Cedric comes in, and it's a complete drop off from the quality of where we were. Like, just because they're a backup, okay, cool, they're a backup, but like, bro, like at that point, I'd rather you just not waste money and resources on signing these kind of guys and just play academy players. If we're going to get the drop off in quality anyway, play academy.
Play academy, let them get the experience. If we think they're ceiling's higher,
get them you know, their price up, their transfer value up. Like, I don't see the point in signing Cedric and didn't we sign someone else in that window as well? Cedric and someone else, another right back. I saw we signed like 2 right backs, like maybe in one season or something.
Was it what? Cedric and
Bellerin was there, and then
Bellerin
Cedric
was there. Bellerin was there. Cedric.
Or maybe we just signed Cedric when Maitland-Niles was playing.
I think it was. We signed Cedric because we had him on loan, didn't we? And then then we were thinking, send that scrub back to Southampton. and then now he's signing for the club.
Oh yeah, we signed him.
And that was on Arteta. You know, I didn't even understand that one, but you can tell the guy rates experience. He reverts back to it. You know, I think he's getting better at it. But I even feel he wouldn't be playing Saka and Smith Rowe and Martinelli as much as he did if he had a reason to, if he had like any other players. You know, this guy ran Lacazette into the ground. And I wasn't even a massive fan of Eddie until like I started to see more of his game. But he, like, even me, I was saying, look, try Nketiah, try Pepe, try Smith Rowe, false 9 again, because Lacazette was doing niche.
Not even Martinelli.
Because I'm not even Martinelli. I think, was it one game? I think he gave Martinelli like 30 minutes down the middle.
Yeah, he did.
He subbed him off. I can't remember. He gave him that one game. But other than that, it was Lacazette or die. And we were dying a lot of the time. So, yeah, I guess my thing is, I think it's about minutes now, because I think one big development which is going to really help maybe players see a bit more of a pathway is the 5 subs rule that's coming in.
Yeah.
So
that's the reason we need high quality players, because teams like Man City, even them getting rid of Jesus now, they got Haaland in, like.
Yeah,
them man with the caliber of squad they have, they're gonna change entire games like with 5 subs. Like, you can change the entire course of a game with that many subs. Like, you're taking out half the team and bringing in a new 5, basically. A new
5. You know, so, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even I think they confirmed Calvin Phillips today as well for 45 M's. So they literally just sent that Jesus money straight back to Leeds.
Just wired it across.
Yeah, just wired it straight. Said, have that. It's not even ours. Yeah.
It's mad. With Gabriel Jesus coming in, do you think in terms of like high profile names, there's other guys we can now get, like other high profile players, other Champions League guys that can drop down to Europa League and drop down to Arsenal? Like,
yeah, no, definitely. I think the 1-year contract situation definitely helped, and I think what was really important for bringing him and what will hopefully bring other people, because they'll kind of see it as a beacon, like, oh, if you're, not in your prime, but heading into your prime, Arsenal's the place to come. This is a, a very big marquee signing, but it being a World Cup year and Jesus being on the fringes of the squad, he's probably thinking, okay, I need to get into this Brazil squad. So I'm really expecting to see him hit the floor running.
Who else they got as striker options?
I mean,
just hella wide men that can play up front.
It's hella, how Brazil is, just vibes up top, really. So, I know Richarlison's been playing up there. What's the other guy's name? Oh, I know some guy. They got bare Brazilians in Russia and Shakhtar and all them places like that. I know they got a couple, man, but I know he's been on like the fringes of the squad, and there've been a lot of rotation and stuff like that. So I think he just wants to cement. He wants that 9 on his back. He wants to be the Brazil 9, you know what I mean? So I can definitely say, or think, at least it'll be wise for him to be like, you know what, it's time to really show these men what I can do. But yeah, I think definitely there should be a lot of players who would, at least if Arsenal come in for them, they'll be thinking, well, Jesus went there. That should be that's someone who's Champions League semi-finals year after year, and now he's going down to kickball in the Europa League. Why is that? There must be something going on at Arsenal, and everyone can see the rebuild. Everyone can see, we've got a good young team. It's popping, it's vibing. Like someone like Jesus is now coming in, and he's like almost like a senior member.
Yeah.
I think our average age last year was like 22 or 23 or something like that, which is ridiculous. So hopefully we get more people coming in. I mean, now the deal is now saying is Tielemans coming in. Are we looking for him? And then today we heard about Milinkovic-Savic.
Bruh.
What do you think about that?
Milinkovic-Savic is a player I've always wondered, what is he still doing at Lazio? Like,
there must be some loyalty or something.
Bro, loyalty can't pay the bills, man. Like, honestly, these Italian clubs that love recycling players between them. Why haven't the likes of an Inter, AC Milan now, more so than a couple of years ago, Juventus, why has no one taken this guy? Like, this guy is a very good player.
Right.
I feel like physically, if it's a choice, if Arteta comes to you and be like, oh, should I sign Milinkovic-Savic or should I sign Tielemans? I'm telling him to sign Savic. I'm sorry.
Oh, definitely. He's a bit of a unit, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a bit of a unit where
Tielemans got Premier League ready, like.
Yeah. How old is he? Because I think he's been around for ages.
Yeah, he's probably late 20s-ish.
Because I think because the thing with him is that I always get a bit worried where, when you have these players who everyone says are really good, but then like nobody's picking them up. And it just makes me think, is there something we're missing? Is the only thing. He's 27.
It's the same 27, yeah. So this is the same thing I think about that Don at Napoli, Koulibaly.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he really that good that no one has signed him?
No one's come
and
in.
He's just at Napoli, But no, Milinkovic-Savic, I would like him and Tielemans, to be honest. But I feel like Milinkovic-Savic and Partey in the middle. A fit Partey could just do a lot of damage, almost like a brick wall sort of thing.
My issue now, because I kind of feel like we should just stay addressing the attack, or at least from midfield up to attack. We just need to leave the defense alone for now, because I feel like even though there was issues maybe in the left back slot and the right back cover, which I understand, I just feel like, you can't win games without attack. And we really need some party cover, because I think we're so inflexible or unflexible in the middle, because once party goes, it's pyramid, Mo El Neni, and as much as El Neni's a solid, don't get me wrong, El Neni does his job, but we need somebody, we need to keep the level of quality at the party level or just a little bit below it, And with this new 5-sub rule, and now we're in European competition, there's going to be games. We've got Carabao, FA Cup. There's going to be games, and we just need that rotation. 100%.
We've got a lot of players to sign. We've
got a lot of players to sign.
This one is done. They've wrapped it up. Taken longer than we would have liked, but it's over the line. It's just a question of who's next. Right, let's start working on the next one. And filling up these positions. Like some would argue, we still need another striker. We need a wide player. We definitely need at least one centre midfielder. Then people are asking for a left back, a backup left back or something. So that's 4 more players good quality. I'm not talking about going to flipping Malaga and getting someone for 5 mil. These are good quality players, and the season starts beginning of August?
Yeah, beginning of August. Yeah, I think beginning of August. I think it's starting a little bit earlier as well because of the World Cup.
So probably about 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, and need to sign about 4 players. And we've signed 1 in how many months?
It's not. I mean, I'm not including the Matt Turk, the keeper, because that was done long time ago. Apparently, do you think it's feasible? Like knowing Arsenal as we've known Arsenal for the amount of years we've been following and supporting this club, do you think how many more signings do you think we're going to make reasonably?
2.
And where do you think they'll be?
I think they'll get someone in centre midfield, and then I feel like whoever the left back will be, they've switched to Grimaldo. They're saying, from Benfica left back. It may be him, or it may that left back position may be then signed by another relatively unknown Tomiyasu type beat signing out of nowhere. Which would argue that's what Tavares was. I know Tavares is still young. I want him to stay at the club. I want him to go out on loan, though.
I don't want him to go out on loan,
Okay, if he doesn't go out on loan, I don't mind. But some of the mistakes he made last season, he can't be making this season.
I feel like we've blown it out of proportion, though. I know he did make a couple mistakes. Notably the one at Anfield when he's passed it straight into man's feet. I think it was Jota or something like that. And there are some lapses of concentration. Game, he was horrible. Okay, yeah, he was horrible. But the way he was horrible, I think if he didn't drag him, I don't think we're speaking about that game. Yes, he was horrible, but I don't think we're going to be like, oh my gosh, like remember he was dead. I think it's just because that happened. I just think a lot of the things he's got wrong in his game are coachable. Just coach it.
I agree.
Really get that guy in early preseason. Say, big man, you're coming with me. And I still think because remember the beginning of the season, nobody had a bad word to say about him. People were even saying, should Tini come back in? Tini should hold bench. And then all of a sudden, a couple of mistakes, and then we're saying that, loan him out to Marseille and all that nonsense. I think we just need to get behind him a bit because his physical attributes are just out of this world. If we can hold that.
It's true, but I'm prepared to give him a chance. I'm happy to give him a chance and get behind him 100%. But yeah, I just think, and I do agree with you that some of the stuff he experienced last season was blown out of proportion. Like strikers miss chances in it, and everyone just moves on. No one mentions that. This was obviously more costly, sort of thing. But there was one match we played. He scored and we won. It was like the Man U game,
United game, United game, 3-1.
This guy,
the guy was.
This is what I mean. Like, so maybe it's just like a composure thing with experience. He'll get that composure and calm down a bit, because that match was literally the good, the bad, the evil, the ugly, brilliant, like,
all of it,
everything. Like it was just absolute craziness from him. But we're still, for about 3-4 signings away. I forgot to see Fabio Vieira. We've signed him as well. But I don't know. That seems to be more of a, okay, this guy's available, let's just snap him up, rather than we need this guy. We need to get
I mean, I was wondering if it was competition for Ødegaard, but I'm not. I don't know, because of all the reports about where he could play. Again, it's that front four, even if we should call it that now, just seems like positions are just up for grabs. And again, because of the depth, we are going to need the rotation options. And with the 5 subs, maybe we don't need to get players, pushing into 70 minutes when you really wanted to take them off at 60 or 55 or something. So it's a good option. It's a good option. Yeah.
It is a good option. I think like bedding him into the Premier League, maybe a wide position would be a better option than putting him in the middle.
Wenger loved that.
But the problem with Wenger, with Wenger is like he left them there. He never actually brought them back into the middle, like which is fine to let them get the experience out wide, but bring them back into, because if you learn how to play as a wide player, and then by the time you're gonna play in the middle, you're gonna be too gone. Like
you're gonna be too gone,
dribbling ability, everything's gonna be proper. But Wenger just left them out wide. But I'm just looking at these guys now, and like I said, Vieira, I think was just he's available, snap him up. But he's there as a creative force. Ødegaard's there, obviously. Saka's there. I'm still kind of up in the air who are like starting left player is. Is it Smith Rowe?
I don't know. The thing is that it looks like Smith Rowe's body still not there yet. He looked like he was playing injured for like the past couple months. Like he just didn't seem like he was at it. And he's always had that kind of injury issue, even from the youth academy days and things like that. Me personally, right now, I think Martinelli. I think you just have to start him the way he was playing. Although I saw something the other day saying that when he started his first season under Emery, 10 in 26. Since then, 6 in 36.
Decline. Yeah.
And it's just declining in goals, and even there's some he does pop up with the odd assist here and there, but I don't know. There is maybe a somewhat worry about his goal scoring, but again, it could just be he's young.
We need to remember he's young, and he came back from injury.
Yeah.
Came back from a relatively big injury as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's still getting used to it. But with Martinelli, at least you can see he's a live wire in it. As soon as he gets that run in the team, like Nketiah-esque kind of run in the team, and starts banging goals, it could be a problem. It could be a very big problem for people. It could be a problem for selection. It could be a problem for opposition. Like, I don't doubt he's still got it. He just needs to find form more than anything. I don't think he's lost the goal scoring. He still scored bangers last season.
He did. I saw that goal at Watford, the one where he just banged it top bins. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. What do you think about this Brazilian link up now we've got going on at the club? Because we even forget we signed that Marquinhos guy as well, and it seems that we're becoming. I mean, Edu's using his links, and we've got Marquinhos, Martinelli, Gabriel, Jesus. I want to feel like there's even, there's still quite a few, and I feel like we're going to become this now Anglo-Brazilian So because we've got a decent English core as well now, and it's all making sense, to be honest.
It's gonna make us good business in Brazil.
Yeah, 100%.
Arsenal's gonna become one of these most watched teams over there.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, because we've still got the good English core, I don't mind it at all. Like, usually you fear things like people, speech in the dressing room,
in the dressing room,
and all of that kind of stuff, and the divide sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we've got Fabio Vieira as well. That's a Portuguese speaker as well.
Yeah.
Sergej, a Portuguese speaker. So I guess that kind of divide is there. I don't think it'll be any tension, so to speak. I hope not anyway. But I just think as long as it's managed well, then it's fine. Like, they need to look elsewhere. Like, it's not just we've got links in Brazil and I'm a Brazilian, just go and don't bring the Brazilian national team into Arsenal. You see what I mean?
Like,
But I mean, I don't know how good a job Edu done in Brazil. He was Brazilian director of football, wasn't he?
Director of football, reports were, it seemed like he didn't really do a great job, which is why he got why fans were angry that he kind of got this job, because it wasn't that he did an amazing job in Brazil. When he's not like you're signing players, in Brazil. It's maybe more you're just like scouting talent and talking to scouts about upcoming talent in Brazil. But other than that, I wasn't overly impressed with what he did there. And to be honest, I got to give him a bit of slack, because at first I kind of thought, what's this guy doing? Some of the targets we were bringing in at first, like Willian, has still scarred me quite a bit. Although I can't even...
Willian and David Luiz in the same window, innit? Yeah,
it was, and we've moved forward, from there. And I'm kind of... It's weirdly positive that it feels like, for once, Arsenal have a plan going forward. They have a plan bigger than Arteta, although Arteta seems central to it. If for whatever reason, Barcelona or one big job comes in for him, I feel like the next manager can just literally slip right in and kind of pick up. We've got good talent in the club. So, for example, if, let's say, Fabio Vieira becomes a worldie and Real Madrid or Bayern come in for him, you slap 100 mils on him, and then, we go again with another talent and stuff like that. So we can kind of become that sort of club while we're trying to get back to the top. And then hopefully we start,
So you're speaking in optimism that Arteta's obviously going to do well, and an opportunity like a Barcelona could come along.
Yeah, I have to.
Okay, that's cool. And but for instance, we all saw how we started last season. And on paper this year, our start, at least our first 5 games, on paper, we should do a lot better, if not win all 5.
Oh, 100%. It needs to be 5 out of 5. There's not one game there.
If we maybe not lose all of the top for the first 5, but if we have like a shaky, like we're not looking like we're gonna get top 4. Let's put it that way. In like the first couple of months, where do you sit with Arteta, in or out?
The thing is that every time we kind of get to that crossroad, somebody says, "Oh, let him see out the project," or and this is not some project management where it's like we've got an end date of June 2022 or July 2022 or something, and then it's just like, we'll see where we are there. We can keep pushing it out. I think really you can give him to the end of the season if you want, unless we saw that we're in dire straits or the team is giving up on him or anything like that. I'd still give him to the season, but this season right now it's top 4 or bust. It has to be. Last season was that as well, but losing out by a point and stuff like that, you kind of just say, okay, if we can get behind him one more time. But I can't lie. Me personally, I think he should have gone the beginning of last season. He should have gone. From what he did, that 8th finish.
Beginning of last season. Or from finishing 8th. Okay.
Yeah, finishing 8th, he should have gone. He shouldn't have been there. And then just the 3 bad games, I was calling for, he had to duck. He should have should have gone a long time ago. But we picked up form. In my opinion, we should have got top 4. you know, those 3 games against Southampton, Brighton, and Palace, all, you know, especially even the Palace game, I think Palace just had our number. The Southampton game, no attack. The Brighton one, I feel like, you know, we really should have. Any of those games we pick up points, and we're having a totally different conversation. We're talking about Champions League, coming back to the Emirates. What we're here in Europa again, but some people are saying it's a better step to kind of take our time getting back to the big league. I'm not really sure about all that, but
I'm half in that camp. I am half in that camp.
How so?
Yeah, I do think, something gradual, like a gradual step. Like, imagine maybe what the turnover of players would have to be like if we made it to the Champions League. Then we're looking at certain men in our team like, all right, you're not Champions League worthy, you're not Champions League worthy, you're not Champions League worthy. And we're forced to be making big signings. People already know we've got the Champions League money. People want to live in London, so prices of everything is through the roof. Yes, it will enable you to sign a different quality of player, but at the same time, we have to look at the man at the helm. Arteta hasn't managed anyone. This is his first management job. Yeah, he's been assistant manager. He's been in and around it before at Man City. But these people have to buy into Arteta as a manager and respect him as a man. And I don't know if some high quality Champions League players like that will look at Arteta and confidently take orders from him right now at this stage. So, I think an incremental, like, obviously, don't get me wrong. If we finished top 4 last season, how it happened is fine. But at the same time, it was proven before the end of the season when Arteta was given a new contract that he was only ever finished 6th.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, if he finished less than 6th, then he would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
But he finished 6th. He gave him a new contract. So as a fan, I can expect, we need to finish here, we need to finish there. His people, his guys that he's answering to only said cool, innit? So that's a shame. I definitely thought that was a big shame that he weren't pushing towards that position. But like you said, this season, listen, Mr. Arteta, we're all smiling and laughing here. I will shout down on this YouTube if you don't. We have 2 chances to get into Champions League for next season: qualification through the league and winning the Europa League. Ideally, both. Ideally, we finish 3rd or 4th and win Europa League. But there is zero excuse this year. Sorry,
100%. No, 100%. And you know, I really want Europa League, not because of the esteem of the trophy, but just because. Maybe call me a bit of an old-fashioned. We're just better than the Europa League. We should be wrapping up that trophy light. And I know that's very. You can say that's very big-headed of me, maybe in the sense that we have fallen from where we once were. But you know, one final, one semi-final, and that nonsense to Olympiacos, it's just not good enough for the Europeans, like the European League's B competition. You know what I mean? We should be hitting finals, collecting the trophy once or twice or something like that. I think really a great season would be top 4, even top 3 and Europa. You know, that would be, I'd say, okay, Arteta's on his way. The team's on its way to doing some real damage, but we can see now, and what I was worried about in terms of not getting Champions League, Newcastle are coming with their money. You know, Chelsea are going to eventually re-up with the new ownership. Man United as well, they're doing a clear out. You know, Tottenham are out here making more signings than anyone, I think, at the moment. You got Liverpool, you know, they're re-ing up. It's going to be, right now, you can't even really say there's top 4 sides. You have like maybe top 7, and it's just they fight for top 4, maybe outside of Liverpool and City.
Yeah.
Maybe there's only 2 teams you could say they're going to be in the top 4. Other than that, it's just, you know.
So it's not a top 4 anymore. It's a top 2.
Yeah.
Then the rest is vibes, isn't it? Like,
everyone else is vibes.
Where you're gonna finish, sort of thing.
Exactly.
Like, I would say, as to your comment, I would say that Arsenal as a club are a Champions League worthy club, but our squads, when we are Europa League, we are where we're supposed to be. We're above the Conference League. 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In terms of a squad and stuff, I think we are where we need to be in the Europa League, and we've got to be, looking as favourites to cop that trophy. Man United are going to be looking and saying the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
They need to cop that trophy again this season, and look to kick on from there. But if we're not going to win Europa League, which would be a shame because I would like to win that competition. We got to win we got to not win. We got to finish top 4 in the Premier League. We have got to finish top 4. Otherwise, because listen, at some point in the project, they would have been giving him milestones as
100%.
to, okay, right, this year, do what you like. Next year, top 6. Next year, top 4. Surely that's there within the project. Anything less than 5th now is failure.
This 100%. The goals have to be smart. We've learned this. We all learned this. We all learned this. Goals, smart goals. There's no way you can say that we're assuming, and it's been reported that the goal was 6th, and because of the way the season went, 4th became attainable. We went for it. We fell short. But now the goal is still 4th. You don't say, okay, well, since you reached the goal a year early, we can try and go for it again. Now you must make it. He has to make it. There's no excuses. We must make top 4 and get a trophy as well would be great as well along the way. I'd take any of them, to be honest. I wouldn't even mind a League Cup, to be honest.
I wouldn't mind a Carling Cup if we finish 4th. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I hear you.
Like Carling Cup is not the replacement for finishing 4th. Don't finish
no, definitely not.
But we won the Carling Cup.
No.
I'll knock your head. Yeah. That's not what we came here for. It's not what we came
No, definitely not. We're trying to get back into the Premier European, tournament.
Yeah.
And we need that. It's been too long. I guess next thing I was just on my mind now that we brought in, we've got our savior, quote unquote, in Jesus. But now I'm thinking, I think we need to do some work on getting some other players out. And I'm just thinking the list of potential people going out is quite long. We already know that apparently Bellerin's out here telling anyone who will listen that he wants to leave, which I'm actually quite saddened about in a sense. Not because I just feel like, because obviously the attachment, he's been at the club for donkey years, and I think he'd be a much better right back option than Cedric.
100%.
And he'd provide something different than Tomiyasu because he's okay going forward. But we've got Bellerin, we've got Mari, we've got Maitland-Niles. Some people want to see Cedric go. Leno. There's a lot of guys we need to get off the wages. Pepe, but my thing is, I think it's all going to be a lastminute.com thing for those players because they're not highly desirable. Unfortunately. So it's going to be a lot of these teams are going to be waiting and teetering. And then, before you know it, once it's like, oh, we need a centre midfielder. Oh, let's go to get Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Let's quickly see what we can offer him. Oh, yeah, maybe we need a centre back. Oh, Mari, he's available. Maybe we can snap him up for a cheap fee or something like that. So I think a lot of the sales will go through late, but I think it's just something to consider because if we go in with another bloated squad or start having to pay people again or, all of that, even Torreira's still there. We've got guys that need.
Apparently, Torreira said there's no chance he's playing for Arsenal again.
Yeah, no, definitely. That guy, he's done. He's done, and I don't understand it.
I think he said I'm not even coming back for preseason training. Like,
no, I don't think he reported back. I think it's literally just where to get him off to. But I'm like Fiorentina just pissed me off with that. He was like their player of the season more or less, and they can't stump up 50 million euros. It's a joke.
And they're saying they ain't got peas, but they got 60 something for Vlahovic.
Yeah, for Vlahovic. Anyway, we know how to use it.
With me and looking at these guys that should be making exits and stuff, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, how many of them should actually make an exit? Quality-wise, to replace them for I guess better players. Yes, I agree, but I'll be like you said, Bellerin, I'm happy to keep. Maitland-Niles,
I want him to stay so bad.
I'm somewhat happy to keep. Like, depending
100%.
if you're gonna play centre mid, I think he's definitely. We're still backup options we're talking about, but we've got more trophies to be fighting for this year, or more competitions that we're in. So the game time's there. Mari, okay, unless we sign another left-footed centre-back, which this guy's fond of, then really and truly, why are we getting rid of Mari? Like, because we don't have a replacement in that position. There is definitely better than Mari, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if we're not going to sign someone and Arteta wants to rest Gabriel or something, we need another left-sided centre-back.
But then he becomes like, what, the 5th centre-back? Or 6th, because we've got Saliba coming back.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I think there's a lot of players not a lot, but again, like I said, Bellerin, Maitland-Niles, for example, we'll stick with those two. If his man management was better, we can rotate these guys in, I think, in a way which would be a lot more, reasonable, where they feel like they're getting enough minutes. You give Maitland-Niles all of the Carabao, maybe depending on who we play in the FA Cup and where we are in the season, give him home games or easier, you know what I mean?
Group stages
of Europa League. Get these people playing, like get them feeling part of the plan, even if they're not like your A team. There's definitely ways to make them feel like that. So, but I definitely think we're at a stage now. We need to start getting some guys out.
I think, especially, remember I was saying to you lot, like, there's no issue in keeping Nketiah in a season we didn't qualify for Champions League.
Yeah,
like I know he signed a big long-term contract now, whatever. But like, this is kind of how I'm feeling about these guys. Like, I'd rather these probably Europa League level guys stick around, play Europa League, play out the last year in a lot of their contracts. Then when they leave, like, okay, we don't get a transfer fee for them, but then they've left. They're off the wage budget. Hopefully, we're in Champions League. And then we know we're just signing players to fill these voids, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because now, if we sign players for these positions now, the temptation is going to be like, okay, now we're a Champions League club in a year's time. Do these guys fit the bills? Are these guys still able? So that's why I think definitely like Bellerin can probably stick out another year. I don't care what he says. Like,
you're saying.
Man wore the captain's band the other day, bro.
Brother. He's still there with the touchdown band proudly.
You're sticking around still. Him, Maitland-Niles, Reece Nelson, I'm giving a chance to.
Definitely. 100%.
Because even if we're signing another wide player to be back up to Saka, like Reece can play off either wing. And I just think, again, this is just like someone that's never really got a chance. Just give him a go. What can we, if he's absolute rubbish, I mean, I don't know how much of a fee he's going to command this summer, but if he's absolute rubbish, he goes for free next year. So we might as well win it. Like, I just feel like we have to spend now on the core positions that we definitely need someone to play for Tierney, someone of Tierney's ability, because you can't buy a backup for that because Tierney's not going to be there. Let's just face facts in it. So
he sees 25 games max.
Exactly. Tavares is the backup for whomsoever that's there, Tierney or whoever they bring in. And then, you Bellerin, use Bellerin as the backup to Tomiyasu. And then obviously Maitland-Niles and Reece Nelson, you find a position for them within the team. Mari, okay, if that's the guy to go, then that's the guy to go. But I just think that's where we are with things now.
Yeah, I think we're at that point now where, like you said, I think that's a good way. We need to focus on the key positions. I think we can, it's not going to kill us if we had a Nelson. I mean, I think, again, I know we keep saying I feel like it's a broken record. We say, it's a big opportunity for Nelson. But I think we could easily suffice. Let's say we got rid of Pepe. Nelson could easily come in and provide some sort of rotation option, Europa League games. I know we got this Marquinhos guy in, but he might go back out on loan or he might just be kicking around in the under-23s or something. So, he
may not be ready because they were saying, I think it was Wolves that had a deal for Marquinhos on the table, and Wolves has already lined up his loan move for when he got to Wolves. So, and that's why Wolves are bare vexed that I don't know what happened and he came to us.
Yeah.
But like, if he's not good enough to start for Wolves or at least be a Wolves squad, then he can't be anywhere near us.
He can't be ready,
So he's got to go out again.
I just think the fringe players, like you were saying, the fringe players we have, we can still use them in a rotational way. We've got enough, or I think one or two signings, like you said, maybe the left or the centre mid, I think 3 personally. I think we need a centre mid, a backup for Tierney, and another wide player. But if we didn't get the wide player, I think we could survive another season. I guess I'm just worried again about Saka on the right and his rotational option. But we have guys that we can rotate in. People are just going to need to, carry the weight a bit more. And Nelson could be one of those guys. It might be a different option. Rather than having someone coming off the left, we can do the alternative thing where you have Nelson just maybe bombing down the right. He was doing that for Feyenoord last season. So, I don't think it would be the worst thing.
Yeah, we just have to be smart. Get the guys we need. Some of these other guys, obviously, you can try and move them out, but I wouldn't be in any rush in this particular season to move these guys out. Just let them know what their role is going to be. If they can't find moves, then they stay and they get used as and when we need them. God forbid we crash out of all these tournaments in Jan, and by Jan, like what happened last season. In Jan, he just said, "Okay, you man can all go," sort of thing, because we ain't got only competitions to play you in. Yeah. So we don't want a scenario like that. But I just think right now it's getting late, bruv. It's getting late in the transfer.
It's getting late. It's getting very late, and
we've got a lot of business.
It's not Football Manager.
We're saying we got a lot of business to do. We're running out of time. So, and other clubs are now, like Man United have woken up in like the last week. Obviously, Ten Hag has probably thought about what he needs, spoken to people, and now Man United are out here basically signing all of our targets and stuff.
Exactly.
So, that's the competition we're in. So, we've got Gabriel Jesus over the line, but boy, there's a couple other guys that we need to pattern before the end of the transfer window.
100%. Hopefully, it's just another of a couple more. Hopefully, it doesn't look like it's obviously preseason starts this Friday, so it won't get like a full preseason with us. But hopefully, if we can get, because I believe Tierney's fit anyway, so if we get a left back in, the centre mid, if it's someone like Tielemans, like you say, he can slot right in. Milinkovic-Savic would be amazing. He's been knocking around for a while now. He's in his prime, more or less. He should be able to come in and do a job and stuff like that. And we still got some guys in centre midfield who can do the job while he's acclimatizing and stuff like that. And, who knows, maybe Rafinha's still knocking about. If not, we're sticking with, some of our Nelsons of the world to see if he can, do a job for us in certain times, or we're going to, try and trade up big time.
Do you think if someone like Milinkovic-Savic comes in, maybe even Tielemans, do you think Xhaka's gone?
I think it's like I don't know if he'd be gone straight away. I think the only thing I need to know with him is he comes across like somebody who can't not be a main guy, and not maybe in a personality sense, but I just don't think he's built for the sub appearances. I think he himself would be like, I need to play to get into my rhythm. He's never been a person who's been on the bench for whatever bad or good reason. So I don't know if he would do well with a rotational role, but I would assume anyway that's a conversation he's having with Arteta about, because he was meant to have gone when he told everyone to piss off, when he was swearing at us, when he ran out. And then apparently last season was meant to be going, and then he signed a 2-year deal. So I don't know if that's protecting value or what. So, but it seems like this theme is coming up and up again. And it may be time. I don't know. Maybe Xhaka says, it's cool. He's 30, I think now. So he might be thinking, maybe I want to protect my legs. But he would be thinking again of World Cup as well. I think Switzerland are going. He's pretty much a starter for them, but he wants to be playing as well. He won't want to be having this sort of bench role or anything like that. So it's going to be a lot of competition, which hopefully just means good things for Arsenal's league position.
We can hope. Cool. All right, we're getting into the last 5 minutes or so. Before we do a little quiz, how many goals do you predict Gabriel Jesus to score this season? All competitions.
All comps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 20 all comps. I'm gonna say 20 all comps.
I was gonna say 20. Yeah, I think that's probably. Well, what about in the Premier League? What's your minimum?
Okay.
That you think? In the Premier
Minimum. Actually, okay, I might need to revise it. Okay, minimum in the Premier League, I would say I want him scoring 16.
Yeah,
Minimum.
I was gonna say 17.
Yeah, 16 minimum. Yeah, he's got to be our main shooter. So you're going to assume he's playing most of the games. I know he's not like an out and out striker, and he still hasn't gotten that sort of. But again, if he might push up there. But me personally, he can't be hitting anything less than 16 as the main shooter. He's played in the Prem. No excuses.
And do you think he'll score more goals than Haaland?
I think Haaland's one of those ones where once the first couple goes in, I think he's just going to start legging it from anywhere, and it's just going to be crazy. Yeah, but at the same time, you know what? I think Jesus is going to score more than him, only because the way I've seen Haaland play for Dortmund and even Norway, there's not a lot of like possession football. Dortmund are very much on the break. They're good with the ball, don't get me wrong. And Norway, they can keep the ball against maybe lesser or equal opponents. But I'm wondering how Haaland will play when, you know, Pep's got them camped in the other opposition's half. He looks like the kind of guy playing on the shoulder and stuff, but I think he likes more space. So I wonder how he'll cope with the physicality. Obviously, he's a big guy. I don't think he'll struggle, but it's a different sort of game. There's not going to be any, you know, onside inside your own half running in on goal in the Prem. So, yeah, I want to say Jesus scores more goals.
Okay. Right. So, officially, as of today, when Gabriel Jesus joined us, he's become Arsenal's 5th highest signing in terms of transfers that we've made.
Okay.
So your challenge now is to name the other 9 players that make up Arsenal's top 10 transfers as per widely reported figures.
Okay, figures. Okay.
For. Yeah. All right. Don't have to say them in order.
Okay.
But like I said, Gabriel Jesus falls into number 5. Who are the other 9 that make up the top 10? Okay. I'll give you 1 minute.
1 minute. All right. Tell me when.
Go.
All right. So you got Lacazette in there.
Yep.
You've got Aubameyang.
Yep.
You've got Ozil.
Yep.
You've got Pepe.
Yep.
You've got Xhaka.
Yes.
You've got. Does Mustafi fall in there?
He does, yeah.
Mustafi, yeah. You've got.
Missing 3.
Missing 3. And no, sold him for peas. God, who else? Arshavin?
Nope.
No. What's his name?
15 seconds left.
15. Oh gosh, I'm fluffing there. Who else? Who else do we sign for beat? Sanchez.
Yes. 2
Sanchez.
More. 5 seconds. A man decided to say
I can't, yeah.
2 more. That's a good effort, to be fair. You missed out positions 3 and 6. Our third biggest signing in our transfer history.
Third biggest?
Ben White.
Oh, Benny Blanco. Oh,
and like Benjamin.
Oh gosh, yeah, he went. I would have never thought of him. That's crazy.
And then the guy that Gabriel Jesus sits in front of in number 6 is Thomas Partey.
How did I not? I've got all these old dons from yesteryear, and I forgot about the 2 current guys. Yeah, I went right over my head.
Okay, well, good attempt. But yeah, that's it for today. I guess we'll wrap it up here. Thanks to everyone tuning in. Subscribe to Cannon Club, of course. Catch us on all your social medias and all of that stuff. We'll be back soon with more updates. Paul, any last words?
Yeah, no, just, come on this journey with us. Cannon Club coming near you. Today we got our savior. Hopefully, you can rock with us and more news, more opinions and everything like that. So yeah, happy to start this journey, man.
Subscribe, people. Subscribe. See you soon.
Subscribe. See ya.